What's going on, guys? So what I originally was thinking of doing was going through all my trucks and explaining what all has been done to them as far as mods and blah blah blah, but I realized 13 trucks, that's either one extremely long video or it would be like a mini series kind of thing. So I think I'm just gonna touch briefly on my smaller ones, Baby Crusher, Baby Avenger, and Baby Son of a Digger, and compare them to that of what a normal size truck is, because they're a little bit smaller than a standard scx24. So yeah, let's take a look. Okay guys, so here they are, and I think the best comparison as to the size is going to be my dad's Jeep and Deadbolt. So they're basically like a 1/28 scale, I feel. Yeah, let me take this guy out a second and drop in Dad's Deadbolt. And Dad's Jeep. So I don't know if you can guys tell, but they're pretty small compared to standard. You take and put this guy in the middle of them. Yeah, there's definitely a size difference. See that? This one doesn't really look that much smaller, but they definitely are. And here's Son of a Digger. Yeah, they're definitely quite a bit smaller. Here's your standard Jeep. And then I guess my K10 will be a good size. So yeah, they're definitely quite a bit smaller. I mean, you can see the wheelbase difference is probably a good ½ inch smaller. And that's because I shrink these because I really like having the tires as centered as possible in the wheel wells for more of a little bit more of a scale look. In all my builds I try to do that. So yeah, and here is a look. So these are all, this is Deadbolt, this is Deadbolt, this is Deadbolt, and Son of a Digger is Deadbolt. And here is a look at the stock length. I'm pretty sure you guys know of the rear suspension on a Deadbolt compared to the rear suspension on a Jeep and the front suspension. And now you can see on here quite a bit smaller. This is actually all front Jeep suspension, including the wishbone on the top. So yeah, these are Jeep lowers, and obviously the wishbone is Jeep upper. And I actually think this worked out better because when I ordered these from Mofo-RC, I did order front Jeep suspension, upper and lowers, but as you can tell, this pumpkin is kind of cocked forward a little bit. So I don't know, maybe I should have ordered like deadbolt lowers for the top and Jeep lowers for the bottom, and maybe that would have made it a little bit better. But this is the Jeep wishbone on the top in there in the back. So I don't know what happened there. But yeah, that is that, guys, the size comparison. So with these, this is an all metal chassis other than the plastic suspension links. Even the drive shaft, nope, this rear drive shaft is plastic too because it's the front drive shaft off the Jeep. But everything else is metal on this entire truck. It's pretty sweet. And each body is slightly different as far as mounting goes. I feel this one is the best mounting job I've done just because it sticks on there so well. And it's only held on there by those two magnets. And yeah, this one is like a second best because it's got the hinge back there. But the only thing I don't like about that is it just falls away. Like, I'd almost prefer it to come completely off, but I couldn't really figure out a good way to mount a magnet back here because I like lopped off the top of the shock towers right here, but it works pretty well. I just gotta prop it up on something. And then, so yeah, there's the Surpass motor and baby son of a digger. With I'll leave a link to the video too. It's got that experimental ESC in there, the substitute that I used for the Fury Tech, and I think it works pretty well. It's definitely got a better slow crawlability than stock, but not nearly as good as the ESC from Fury Tech, that little lizard guy. I've never used the Tiju, I think that's how you say it. That's how a lot of people say it. I've never used that, so I don't have any experience. I just don't like the size of it, so I just always use the lizard because you can tuck that lizard away in some tight, tiny little areas. And then this, guys, is literally a stock deadbolt. The only difference thing that I did is I shrank the rear suspension with the Mofo RC suspension links, which are really good quality. I just wasn't paying attention on the length that I needed. So yeah, I should have probably ordered a slightly smaller upper links. Maybe the bottom links off the deadbolt would have worked better, but I don't know. Yeah, so that's that in a nutshell. It's even got, the only other modifications I did to this is obviously the wheels and tires. And I put stiffer springs in it just to kind of give it a little bit better suspension. I gotta try to figure something else out for the suspension because I kind of lowered it as much as possible. So the ESC is bottoming out on the bottom, or the axle is bottoming out on the bottom of the ESC tray. But I mean, you guys seen it ran. It was pretty capable. It's still got some decent flex to it. They all got some pretty decent flex to them. So these shocks, I think I'm going to end up changing out. Maybe I'll get some shocks like I have on Bigfoot, those red and black ones, external springs. Yeah. So I did figure something out. I was watching Bull Gear RC's video the other day, and he did something really cool to a set of hot racing internal shocks. He took them apart, and there's a spring in there So he took them apart and moved the spring around so it was a forced full droop is what he said. I'll leave a link to the video in the description. It's really sweet. So what he did was he took the spring out of there and he took this screw out and he put the spring in here on the bottom side of this white spacer, so it forces that shock up, and it helped out drastically in his climbing ability because it kept that front end down. A lot of times when you're climbing, it tends to want to lift up under torque, and that helped out so much. I'll leave a link to that video. It was pretty sweet. I thought that was really interesting. So yeah. And now I lost my spring. I wasn't paying attention. It's not in there no more. You guys are probably like, it's right there, because you've probably seen it roll away. It probably rolled onto the floor. I'm not seeing it. Shoot. I'll find it later. But yeah, that was just a fun thing I learned. That was pretty cool. Yep. So that's it in a nutshell, guys. Yeah. Let me know. Let me know in the comments if there's anything you guys want me to like go through on my trucks and explain what's all done to which truck. I'm more than happy to do that. Yeah, again, open to suggestions, or I don't know. Still waiting on the decals for this guy. Yeah, I might just end up having to use those water decals that I got. I was really hoping to get some different ones made, but one place said they were too small to print and cut out, and another place said it was like all copyright issues, that they were a production off of somebody else's product, so they couldn't copy them, blah blah blah. So yeah, still waiting to hear back from the last one that I brought them to, so hopefully I'll hear back from them tomorrow. But yeah, that's it. My little mini monsters. I freaking think they're freaking sweet. Freaking stinking sweet. Alright guys, take it easy, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you on Monday. Bye.